It's time for the 2023 Lancaster Archery Classic from Mannheim, Pennsylvania, from the Spooky Nook Sports Complex, as we are setting the stage for the final shoot-ups for today's match, which is our Women's Open category. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Broadcast Booth. I'm Greg White, sitting alongside 2023 Nîmes Indoor Champion, just fresh off of that, Chris Schaff. Chris, welcome to the booth. Good to have you here.
Thanks for having me.
All right, so we're looking at a match here. It's Women's Open category. We've had 88 women sign up for this, and we're down to the final 4. And, of course, here at the Lancaster Archery Classic, we do things a little bit differently than some of the other archery tournaments that you've had, but we have an entire host of archery coming at you today. And let's take a look at the schedule. We've already had our Senior Open, which is done and dusted. Now we go to Women's Open. Chris is going to be here for Masters and Women's Masters Open category. And then we're going to go to our 3 youth classes, and we're going to finish off the day with Women's Barebow and the always popular Barebow category. Most of these classes, we have 4 in the shoot-up final. And in Barebow, we have 8 because that class is so enormous. But so far, Chris, it's been an exciting weekend here in Mannheim, Pennsylvania. Let's take a look at the shoot-up rules. Top 4 qualify, and the rank is tied by 11s. It's a bottom-up format, which simply means, Chris, that the number 4 qualifier is going to shoot against number 3. Whoever wins that goes against number 2. Whoever wins that is going to shoot for the top prize. And when we look at our scoring, what's different from our normal scoring, which we'll get into, is the fact that there is this 12 ring that is available. Chris, that's a high-tension, high-risk, high-reward 12 ring. And you got to call it. It's available once per end, but most people are using it in our 2nd year of availability, using it in a different way. Usually they wait till later in the round. So now let's go ahead and get to the 3rd member of our broadcast team. It's PJ Riley. He's going to introduce our archers to the field of play.
All right, Women's Open we have up next, and we will bring out our finalists. Our 4th seed from Roaring Springs, Pennsylvania, Ryen Deterline. Ryan's got a great cheering section here. She qualified 28th and worked her way up to the number 4 seed, good shooting Ryen. Next up, our number 3 seed, we have from Boca Raton, Florida, Madison Grimm. See these jerseys coming out here. Madison's representing University of Cumberland, one of the great archery colleges out there. Welcome to the LAS Classic stage.
All right, Greg White with Chris Schaff as we get ready for our first match in Women's Open category. And you can see that Ryen Deterline is just thrilled to be out here, and it's probably a little bit of nerves as well, Chris.
Yeah, I would assume both of them, are definitely amped up a little bit right now.
So for Ryen Deterline, when we asked her about her major accomplishments in archery, she says none. And you can see the smile on her face, top of your screen, getting the explanation of what to expect. And of course, for Madison Grimm, who shoots for the University of Cumberland, she's been on the national championship team.
Yeah, I bet you Ryan adds the Lancaster Archery Classic, because, being top 4 is doing awesome.
Especially after qualifying in 28th place. I mean, that's what elimination matches can do for you. All right, here we go. First arrow is going to be Madison Grimm.
9.
That's a 9-point shot. Our first look at Ryen Deterline's shooting style.
10.
There is 30 seconds on the clock to execute your shot. She had about 6 seconds left in that one.
Yeah, you could tell she held that one for a long time. And that's what pressure does to you. It takes you out of your element, so you do some things that you normally wouldn't do.
Yeah. We're also getting to know this archer, and we'll see if that's her normal style. What kind of release is she shooting? What style of release?
It looks like she's shooting a back tension. You see her squeezing her hand on it. There's no trigger, so it's actually off of a half moon and a hook, so you have to rotate it to get it to fire.
And that was a much quicker shot from Ryen.
9.
But in these shoot-ups, she qualified 28th. So being 28th, you're going to have to go up your first match and shoot against, I believe, number 4 qualifier.
10-11.
If they took 32, she'd have to shoot against the number 4 qualifier, being in 28th position.
Oh, initially, and yeah.
Initially.
Yeah.
You know, so
That was this morning at 8 o'clock.
she had to go through some heavy hitters already to get here.
Can't see that side. But anyway, so Ryen, welcome to the Lancaster Archery Classic stage. Have you been up here before? Have you shot the Classic before?
This is my 3rd year.
3rd year. This is where you wanted to be. How's it feel now that you're here?
Scary.
Scary. Well, we want you to calm down, so tell us about your equipment.
I'm shooting a Hoyt Invicta with a Sherlock sight, beeline bowstrings, a trophy taker rest, a Doinker front bar, Bee Stinger sidebar, Scott Ascent release, and Easton full bores.
Easton full bores. Okay. Back home, where do you shoot? Club, shop? What's your home range?
I shoot out of Shawnee Archery and Bear Rock Bear Rock Sportsman's.
All right. Well, congratulations for making it to the LAS Classic stage. After the first end, we have Ryen with a 31, Madison 29.
So Ryen will get a pick if she wants to shoot first or second here on this end,
Okay.
being the leading archer.
It's just fun to watch her excitement and the way that Ryen Deterline is this kind of dealing with the adrenaline of being up on stage. But good shooting, a 31 right out of the gate is solid for someone who's never made it. And again, you're looking at 28th qualifier. And of course, for Madison Grimm, she was the 14th qualifier. But beginning at 8 o'clock in the morning this morning, we had elimination matches. They're single round, like same thing that we see here. If you win, you move on. If you don't, you go home. And there were some massive surprises across all categories on who was able to make it and who wasn't. Some big names in each class took a seat.
Upsets.
For sure.
Yep.
Even in your category, in Open Pro, there were people that didn't even make the 64.
Yeah, there were some big names that didn't make the 64, and then once the eliminations happened today, there was a lot of upsets. But I truly believe if you qualify for the eliminations here, that anyone in any class can shoot just as good as everybody else.
Agreed.
10.
If you're just joining us, we're in the middle of the women's open category, shoot up. 4th place shooting against 3rd. The 2023 Lancaster Archery Classic. Archers are shooting at a 40-centimeter target, 20 yards downrange.
10.
The smallest circle in the middle is worth 11 points. And then as you go out ring, it goes 10, 9, 8, 7. And there is that little dot that's hanging down there on that
11.
8, 7 line that's worth 12 points, but you have to call it.
You have to call it. And you can only shoot it that one time per end.
One time per end.
So it looks like the scores are pretty close here.
Have you been here before?
No.
No. Have you been to the Classic before?
Yes.
You have shot it. All right. So this is where you wanted to be, and is it everything you ever dreamed of?
It's a little scary, but yeah.
Gotcha. Run through your equipment for us. Tell us what you're shooting.
I'm shooting Matthews Halon. Bee Stinger stabilizers, and True Ball release.
Gotcha. You got X cutters, I believe, there. Gold tip.
Yep.
University of Cumberland's big archery school. I'm guessing you compete for the team. What's your specialty?
Indoor.
Indoors. That's it. Well, now we see why. You're going to calm down now, right?
Yeah.
Good shooting so far. All right, after 2 ends, we have Ryen Deterline 60, Madison 59. Don't forget those 12 buttons. You can step on that button anytime.
You can step on it. You can also use that front stabilizer bar. I saw one of our seniors do that. He just casually went click and hit that button.
Yeah, PJ's out there trying to persuade him into hitting that 12 button.
Yeah, oh yeah.
But with the score this close right now, I might, you know, if I was up there, I might wait till the last end to hit that 12.
Hmm.
You know, because like that, she just, you know, it was a 2-point swing. Here she, you know, 1 point, got it back.
Yeah.
So they're tied up.
That's a close one, too. 11-10-9. All you have to do is touch the outer edge of that ring to get the higher point value.
9.
30 seconds for each archer to execute their shot. Their 30 seconds begin once the competitor's arrow impacts the target.
11.
And you can hear the buzzers that go off. That's an indication that it's the next archer's turn. Grimm right now starting to find some rhythm. Deterline needs 11.
See, a lot of her arrows are impacting low and a little bit of left into it. I see her out there adjusting her side a little bit.
11. Good shot.
Good shot.
I've always told everybody that asks me, you know, what the pressure's like up there. It's the fastest 15 minutes of your life.
Is it really?
Everything just goes by super quick. You're in the zone. There's not a lot of distractions going on.
Now we do have a coach's box here, and so you know when you have someone in your box, do you want them to kind of remind you then if that's the fastest 15 minutes, but it's like, hey, don't forget, grab a click or two. Do you want somebody to mention when you're up there specifically, or do you want just to kind of be in your own game?
No, I mean, having them back there, you know, you always put who you trust, you know, your friends, who you trust in the coach's box that you know that they know what they're doing. So when you're in the zone like that, you kind of need some, you know, reassurance. Hey, you know, everything's hanging low. Let's give it a couple clicks, or everything's hanging right. You know, so having someone in there that you trust is what you need.
Well, tomorrow, then who are you going to get in the coach's box for you? Because one of the guys who you trust is not going to be there. He's going to be here with me, commentating. In case you didn't know.
Realistically, I'm hoping I can have the same one I had in Eames.
Brady
Ellison.
Ellison. Okay. We'll see how that one goes. You can stay tuned right here for tomorrow's matches, which will begin 8 o'clock Eastern time in the U.S. and go all the way to somewhere around 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
This is their final end here.
88-92, Grimm leads the way. Deterline kicks us off. In desperate need of a solid 11.
Exactly what she needed here. So now as a coach, I'd be saying hit that button because you are down to put more pressure on your component.
Yeah, so you were saying if you would tell Ryen do it. She didn't do it.
Yep.
But she got one more shot at it.
11.
Okay. A 9 or a 10 here could really change this match.
She has to hit it.
No,
No,
she
it
didn't
doesn't
do
look
it.
like it.
Yeah. And of course, if you're up on stage for the first time, you probably don't even remember. I would say that's the coach's box.
Yep, there I would have hit it. If you hit that 12 ring, it puts a ton of pressure on Madison.
7 to win.
Yeah,
Great shooting from Madison Grimm.
awesome shooting from both of them.
So we'll wait to get the official score in, but it looks like Madison Grimm is going to be advancing to the next level in our shoot-up to shoot against our number 2 qualifier. But for Ryen Deterline, great performance. I mean, you can't say how many people dream of qualifying in 28th and making it to the Final Four.
Yeah, if I qualified in 28, I'd kind of already count my weekend over. But you know, that's the best thing about match play.
Ryen Deterline giving hope to Chris Schaff. Didn't think we'd hear that. So there you go, learning from the youth.
You know, but being 4th place for your very first time up there, you know, just making the Final Four is a great accomplishment.
Yep.
Getting these scores for us.
Staff here at the Lancaster Archery Classic plenty of people. We have our officials, and of course we have people running arrows back and forth. And it's confirmed now, 124 to 119. Madison Grimm will advance. $500 payout for Ryen Deterline. There were multiple lines, 5 different times when you could shoot your 60 arrow qualifying rounds. It began in the afternoon on Thursday, evening Thursday, and then they had 3 different times, 8 a.m.,
Noon,
and 4. And
I believe, yep.
From Bethlehem,
Yesterday.
Pennsylvania,
here's PJ.
Beverly Hamilton.
He just introduced Beverly Hamilton from Pennsylvania.
Beverly qualified 16th, so once again, she shot her way up to get here.
Pretty incredible that we're seeing these 2-digit qualifiers. 14th place, 16th place now, going up
28th place.
28th place. So for Madison Grimm and Beverly Hamilton, guaranteed 3rd place.
Yeah, and it looks like, you know, their total number of arrows this weekend, which is what seed you coming into the Final Four. You know, they were only 1 point apart out of, you know, 100 or 1,056 points. They were 1 point apart.
All right, so we have Beverly. She'll be on her number 2 spot. We're looking at the target. It's the right target. Good 11. You can see kind of the nerves in that hole and the release hand.
Yeah, but coming out with that, I mean, you gotta be happy with it, and hopefully some of your nerves dissipate a little bit.
Oh boy, Madison Grimm right now has settled into a really solid rhythm.
You know, and that might be a perk coming in, you know, and shooting your first match. If you can get past your first match, you know, your nerves have settled down a little bit. You know what it's like up here. And then you have someone like Beverly here coming in new. You know, she hasn't had the experience on this stage today, even though it's only 1 match.
And you can just see those nerves.
10.
But that's the thing. When you have those nerves, Chris, and you do hit an 11 or you hit a nice solid 10, it helps you, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Absolutely. You just stay with your basics at that point in time.
11-10. Cannot see that side of the arrow.
I believe Madison is shooting she's shooting the X cutters from gold tip, so they're going to be a 25/64. I believe so. It's still not the biggest arrow that's legally allowed here.
I know you've been to the Lancaster Archery Classic before, but I don't remember if you've been on the finals stage.
This is the first time.
First time. How many years have you shot the Classic?
I started coming in 2011, but didn't shoot it the first couple of years, but I shot it a lot. I lost track.
Gotcha. How's it feel making it up here to the final stage?
Feels pretty awesome.
Run through your equipment for us.
I have Matthew's TRX 36, Joey's bowstrings, shooting gold tip 30X, Hamsky Trinity Rest, Conquest stabilizers, 3rd axis grip, True Ball XL scope sight, and I'm shooting the Abyss.
Gotcha.
True ball.
Now, Beverly, I know you shoot 3D too. What's your preference, indoor or 3D?
Anymore, it's been indoor, honestly.
Indoor.
Yeah.
That's the right answer
The older
today.
I get, the worse my vision gets, so 3D's a little bit harder.
Gotcha. All right. Well, congrats to making it to the Lancaster Archery Classic stage. After our first N, Madison 31, Beverly 30.
You don't know about that yet, Chris Schaff, about the age and the vision thing, especially when it comes to light, shooting in the woods with 3D archery. It's hard to see, what a 3D archer say, muscle definition on a foam animal.
That's why I probably won't shoot many 3Ds.
Beverly Hamilton, who's here with her husband Colton Hamilton, supporting her. Starts off with a good 11.
Yeah, I used to shoot with Colton quite a bit. He was from Utah. Madison is definitely in the groove right now.
Talking to Beverly Hamilton about what motivates her to keep shooting. She talks about lifelong friendships that she's made in archery, and she likes to push herself to continue to grow. And just a great sport to do that in.
11.
Oh boy. Mm-hmm.
That one she did hold for a little bit longer, you know, with those nerves, trying to get that pin to settle down.
10.
That 9's a little bit of a stinger for Beverly Hamilton. The thing is, Chris, so, you know, in normal qualifications, you're shooting 3 arrows, you have 2 minutes. There's a little bit of time to let down, isn't there?
Yeah, there is. I mean, you can let down probably 2 or 3 times if you really needed to.
But here, with 30 seconds, which is a little different than World Archery, if you have a quick shot process, do you think, I think we've seen it once or twice here, but would you let down in 30 seconds, or you have to be committed to the shot when that buzzer goes off?
I'm committing to it 100%. There's no turning back on the 30-second clock, you know, because then you let it down, you draw it back, and then you got 10 seconds left, and then you have even more added pressure to get that off.
Yeah, that's a good point. And especially, a lot of these archers are shooting a blade type of release. And if you have a blade where the arrow just rests on top of it and you are under pressure, sometimes that arrow is going to pop right off and you got to take the moment to put it back on.
Yep.
And we've seen things like that happen in finals as well. All right, so our second place qualifier, Beverly Hamilton. Back will kick us off. This end, and solid shot.
Great start to the third end here.
These are one of those where you look at that target and go, why can't everyone be like that first arrow target, just wearing out the middle?
Yeah, a lot of, you know, even on Madison's, their first arrows, I think it's because you have that little bit of a break. You know, you can kind of calm your nerves down a little bit, and it's usually the strongest arrow.
I dropped that one a little low. Madison Grimm, when she was asked why she started archery, she says she has a great shop nearby, and boy, that can be really a key. You go in there to sample archery and you get a great shop, and they really embrace you, get you in there, help you out. Really helps with the motivation to keep shooting.
If you have somebody at the archery shop that, you know, shoots tournaments as well, you know, they can push each other to make each other better.
What a rock solid hold.
Yeah, you can definitely tell she has calmed down from that first match.
That's so close. Same spot.
All you have to do is touch that line.
That's
Get
right.
that higher scoring.
Our unofficial score is 92 for Hamilton, 95 for Grimm as we wait for the official scores to roll in. We have one more end of competition. Listen to PJ.
This is my husband, Colton.
Colton, you've been a competitor as well for a long time. Would you rather be up there shooting for yourself or back here watching her?
Oh, I am a little bit jealous, yeah. I gave the men's pro class a little bit of a run today. I made it in the top 16.
Yes, you
but,
did.
Man, I was right there, but I'm super proud of her, and I'm happy to see her up there in the sporter 100% of the way.
Nervous? Do you feel nervous? You think she's more nervous
I'm not
than
nervous
you?
for her. I'm excited for her. Yeah, there's two sides of the same coin, but
Gotcha.
I love seeing her up there, and I'm excited that she is.
Spoken like a true pro. All right, after 3 ends, we have Madison 95, Beverly with a 92. Beverly, don't be afraid to step on that red button.
PJ is too funny. He is too funny. He's like, let's get some action going here. It's race day. Drop the green flag.
I think if you could hit that red button on all 3 arrows of end, he'd be pushing everybody to do it.
PJ? Oh, yeah, no question about it. I-9 for Beverly Hamilton, who qualified second, guaranteed herself a podium, just trying to hold on at least to second place in advance.
11.
Madison is on terror right now.
11. 10.
Oh, there's Beverly. She's stepping on that 12.
There you go.
Looked back to the coach, Colton, and
I'm sure they had a conversation about this before they even arrived here.
yep.
That big red 12 over her shoulder.
At
She gonna
this
hit
point in time, you gotta do it.
just low off the paper. But see, that's what this is 12's about, that risk reward. So for Grimm, already wrapped it up, just wants to finish off with an 11.
10.
It's a little bit longer shot there from Madison. See her working that thumb up there to try to change that pivot point in her hand to get that release to fire a little bit quicker.
We know Hamilton had to take that shot. She had to take that risk.
Yep.
Just didn't quite get it executed.
We had 88 competitors in this division this weekend, for those wondering.
So now judges will take a look just to confirm the scores. Beverly Hamilton will be credited with a podium finish in third, our second place qualifier. Overall, Chris, we talk about every point here at the Lancaster Archery Classic counting. So you have 60 arrows in qualifying for a max point available of 660. And then these women had 3 elimination rounds to get to where they are. So coming in here, Beverly Hamilton had scored 1,006 points out of a possible 1,056. So she'll be confirmed as third place, Beverly Hamilton, which means Madison Grimm, representing the University of Cumberland Patriots, will advance. Now shoot for that #1 spot. Here's PJ.
Our #1 seed from Midlothian, Virginia, Gracie Detamore. In 2016 and 18, Gracie won Youth Female Open. She was our second place qualifier, and she comes in as the #1 seed.
All right, Detamore shooting out of Shooter's Archery, a great shop that's just north of, say, Richmond, Virginia area in central Virginia. Really neat system, actually, they have at Shooters. They actually give you like a card. And when you go, you can just walk into the shop and you just basically scan the card, like tap it like you would a credit card, and it activates your shooting time indoor. So say, and then let's say that some friends come in and you want to take a few minutes off, you just tap out, tap in, tap out, and they just charge you basically by the minute. It's a really neat little electronic system. I'd love to see it more shops around the country.
That's pretty cool. Is that a shop that's open 24 hours?
I don't know. I don't think so. I wouldn't if I was them, because like the inventory's open where the range is. Yeah. It would be cool though if that was the case. They also have an outdoor range there as well.
11.
Madison's starting off right where she left off.
And she is in Detamore's brain right now as well. An 11 from Gracie will make a statement.
She looks like she's holding rock solid. Yep, it's
Yeah.
good.
11, I believe.
Yeah.
10. Can't see that side.
Yeah, and this is for the gold.
This is for the gold.
First place.
Man, we are seeing a lot of feather fletching today.
If you look at how high her arrow is up off the shelf of the bow, it doesn't look like it's very high. So
10.
she
Yeah,
may be getting a little bit
contact.
of vein contact.
The only risk too is if you travel frequently, feathers don't hold up as much as veins that we're looking at there.
Even shooting, practicing at home, the feathers don't hold up near as long as a vein does.
So it's fine. It's just a little bit more maintenance.
And they take a lot longer to fletch.
Well, that is true.
$11.
Yeah, coming out, one down
Yeah,
on
good
your
start.
first in. A great start.
Good start. As we'll get to learn a little bit more about Gracie Detamore from PJ.
Got to get that hydration, Gracie. How you doing? Welcome back to the stage.
Thank you. Yeah.
Two-time champion, but how many times have you been on the final stage?
3, but it was 4 because we had the big snowstorm. But that was when I was in youth, so we were over on the side. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So coming out here today, walking up, did that past experience help you, or do you still feel the nerves?
I still feel the nerves. I haven't shot in 3 years, so came up here and just kind of like on a whim and.
Is that right?
Yeah. So.
And it worked out pretty good, I guess.
So far, so good.
Now you just killed all those people who think they have to shoot 100 hours every day.
Well, you know.
Run through your equipment for us. Let's know what you're shooting.
Shoot in an Elite Result. I get it mixed up with a new one. Honestly, I've got Spider, stabilizers, True Ball XL, sight, and an HBC Flex for release.
What do you got for arrows? Gold tip?
Gold tip, triple X's.
Triple X.
Yep.
Gotcha. Well, welcome back to the Lancaster Archery Classic
Thank you.
final stage. After our first end, Gracie has 32, Madison 30. Whoops, sorry.
Oh, those shots landed solid. You can see the look on her. Isn't that their typical art? She hasn't shot, and she like drops 1 point. It's like, gotta be kidding me. Really?
Yeah, especially up here on the stage where the nerves are at. I mean, she hasn't competed in 3 years, so.
I mean, and honestly, the mind of any competitor, every time you release that arrow, you want it to just go inside out in that middle ring, that 11 ring. All right, 32-30. Detamore starts off.
She's got a really solid shot. You see her pulling against that back wall to help settle everything down.
How relaxed that bow hand is, too. Just getting in there, getting settled.
Still see that backhand shaking a little bit, but that could be a combination of a little bit of nerves plus the pressure she's using to pull against that back wall to get that release to fire.
Great shot. And Grimm, just a release, you can see where Grimm is just using that force to just get that, drive that bow towards the target. Detamore starting to pull out a little bit of a lead. And this is what the interesting bit is about this game, Lancaster Archery Classic, with that small middle ring being worth 11 and then cutting that 10 line at 9. You know, what normally is a 9 is a 1 point swing, all of a sudden becomes a 2 point swing. You know, because we look at a target face that looks very similar to what people often refer to as the Vegas face, but obviously with that little 12 ring for these finals. And a lot of people came here this weekend, I think, using this as a warm-up because unusually we go straight to Las Vegas. You know, you get on a plane and I'm going to be going to Las Vegas and shooting the largest tournament in the world.
Gracie Detamore, 60.
And this is the largest indoor archery tournament on the East Coast, and with good reason. We have seen such steady growth, even through the pandemic here at Lancaster Archery Classic. We're in Manheim, Pennsylvania at the Spooky Nook Sports Complex. Pretty cool place. Place is huge, not just archery going on.
Yeah, they
We've
got
had
rock
volleyball,
walls,
rock wall, soccer going on at
Yeah.
the same time.
basketball.
There's a hotel on site, restaurant on site. This is definitely a place that you need to come and shoot a tournament. International archers from all over the world are here attending as well. Spectacular.
11. Got the line.
That looks like it, yeah, just hung the line on the bottom there.
Ten.
A 4 point lead for Detamore has increased to 5.
11.
Winding down on the arrows here, and I wonder if Madison will reach up there and hit that 12 button here.
10.
I think one of the things that's difficult, Chris, is that, you know, if you look at the scores previously, which a lot of people will do before they come here, and they're shooting kind of mid-pack. The question is, would you go to Lancaster Archery Supply and then purchase
She's hit the 12. Sorry to interrupt, but she's going for the 12.
No, of course, yeah. You called it. That's the move. But this is the question. Do you have the target at home to practice shooting at the 12? You know, some people I talked to said, well, I'm a mid-pack person. I'm not even going to get it. So this might be unusual, or she might have these targets at home. Oh, just off to the left.
You know, personally, I don't even have any of these targets at home to shoot at, so it'll be, I guess, a run and gun tomorrow.
Just wide left.
Good shot.
It's a really good shot. Plus, you got to think about like how your reticle looks as well, right? Like for me personally, when I shoot, my dot is so big in my lens that I actually cover almost all of the yellow total. So when it comes to trying to find the 12 ring, it's completely lost behind it. I more or less just have to guess. What do you use? What kind of reticle do you use in your scope? Do you use a fiber? Do you use a small dot? What do you use?
I was shooting a fiber all year and all last year, actually, until Nemes this last weekend. And with the lighting in there, I couldn't see the color of the fiber, so I went back to a dot that I have been shooting in the past. And the dot's about just a little bit smaller than the 10 ring, so even for me shooting at that 12, it's going to disappear behind it.
Good shooting. Gracie, we have, after 3 ends,
96 to 88. Gracie Detamore, our #1 qualifier, going for the championship again.
Gracie, you can hit the 12 too.
As PJ just told Gracie that if she'd like to, she could hit the 12. I'm not sure her coach is confirming that. But that's
I
a good
definitely
idea.
would go at it.
It's just the way that Detamore's handling this pressure too is also what's impressive.
Yeah, especially after taking 3 years off, too.
Yeah.
You know, she comes back.
10.
That was a quick shot for Grimm. A little bit quicker pace than we've seen from her. 30 seconds to execute the arrow for each archer.
11.
Down to our final couple arrows for the women's open category to be crowned champion. 2023 Lancaster Archery Classic.
Yeah, you can see the shot's taking a little bit longer than that first one.
10.
Just trying to get that middle.
I think, you know, with the margin that Gracie has, this will kind of seal the deal there.
Yeah, it is.
Just for fun, she's going to hit the 12 here and see if she can hit it this time.
12 is called.
But even with the 12 here, you know, she is going to be second place.
But if the crowd's going to erupt if she hits it.
Yes, they will.
Just wide, little up left. And a nice sigh of relief as this match has come to an end. But Madison Grimm, who came in as our 3rd place qualifier, when it was all said and done, will get 2nd place. And Gracie Detamore, who had to sit on the sidelines and watch these matches, comes out hotter than a firecracker after not competing for a while.
Yeah, only missing 3.
And they only missed 3.
Yeah. That's awesome shooting there.
Mm-hmm. Maybe there's something to the old, well, I guess I'll just go. Nothing at stake.
I might not practice anymore.
Yeah. I don't think you should do that. I think you should.
116. Madison is going to finish in 2nd place, $1,500.
$1,500 for Grimm.
And that means Gracie is your champion. First place. $3,000. Gracie takes home. Gracie, congratulations. 2023 champ. How's that feel?
Pretty good. Pretty good, I will say. I came in with little no expectations, and I've exceeded them, so yeah.
Where do you shoot back home? Because everybody's going to be gunning for you now.
Oh, Lord. I shoot at Shooters Archery up in Beaver Dam, Virginia. So.
Gotcha. All right.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations.
Thank
2023
you.
champ.
Thank you.
You'll be right up there next year.
Oh, good.
Congratulations.
How about that? What a great story. Gracie Detamore, good solid qualifying, gets her eliminations #1. Before this match, shot 75 11s, scoring 1,032 out of a possible 1,056 points, and is able to step up on stage and be crowned champion.
After 3 years of a break.
After 3 years of a break. We saw great shooting from all 4 of our competitors in the women's open category here at the 2023 Lancaster Archery Classic from the Spooky Nook Sports Complex in Manheim, Pennsylvania.